Welcome to another episode of Ninja Discernment. We're going to go right into the video. Now, this is for a lot of guys, and if this ever happened to you, let us know, but let's go right in.
Have you ever went through a bitch phone and saw a naked picture she didn't send you?
Yeah, right? How'd that make you feel?
I was heartbroken.
Yeah.
Okay, so that never happened to me. Did it happen to you, Ambu?
Luckily, it's never happened to me, but, I've had some rough things over the years happen. It can be hard out here in the dating world, so I feel for a lot of you guys. I know how it is. I know how those times are. The streets are not safe.
Did he say, wait a minute, he said a girl sent him a picture of another guy, basically private area or...
No, he said he went through his girl's phone and found nudes, but she didn't send the nudes to him. So
that's an automatic cutoff right there for me, all right? I want a girl that's loyal, okay? We don't want no girl that's out there in the world and sleeping with everybody, all right? Yeah. Loyalty first.
I remember one time years ago, I was in high school, I had this one girl, and we were dating, but it was around the time I went to college, so, I had moved out of the area kind of, so it wasn't going to last. It was like a high school fling right before college kind of thing.
Okay.
Anyways, met back up with her one time before we broke up, and saw her phone. There was like a text message from somebody. I was going to go through it, and she quickly grabbed the phone and deleted it, and was like, tried to just say, oh, don't worry about it, just trust me, like blah, blah, blah. So it didn't hit me until like probably years later. But yeah, probably I did have that same situation happen, bro.
I think she was hiding something, bro.
Yeah, it's so funny. You think about these things years later randomly, like who cares about these chicks? But you think about it, it's like, oh, that's what was happening.
Yeah,
when you have more life experience, so you can't really get away with stuff.
Yeah, that's a cutoff right there for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, man. I think I had something like that happen to me before. You know what happened to me before? I was actually dating this girl, right? Yeah. This is crazy right here, right?
Tell me, yeah.
She had a kid though.
Yeah.
And what happened was, I'm always at the girl's house. I'm always chilling with her, whatever. The day, I said, say for instance, I say I'm gonna come to your house tomorrow.
Right.
I went to her house tomorrow. I'm supposed to go to her house tomorrow. You know what I mean? She told me not to come.
Oh.
So I was like, why? Oh, she got something to do, whatever.
Right.
I was young back then. You know what I did? I showed up. You know what I'm saying? I had to, bro. Something was going on. My instinct said to go check it out. I showed up.
Yeah.
And I knocked on the door. She wouldn't open the door.
Right.
She wouldn't open the door. I was like, open the door.
Right.
She's like, no. I'm like, I'm right here. You gonna let me stay outside? She's like, oh, whatever. I'm like, all right, I'm leaving. The girl called me back like an hour later.
Right.
Try to come to my house, try to find me. And I was like, nah, I'm done with you. Because what happened was, I saw actually a guy, a car right there, and I realized she had a man over there.
Yeah.
So I dipped out and I cut that relationship completely off.
Bro, that reminds me of this one funny time. Actually, I was at this chick's house a little bit after college. And it was great. Okay.
Come on, calm down. Let's
Anyways, to get to the point, saving a lot of details.
Yeah.
Was at the chick's house, which was actually her father's house.
Okay.
And bro, I was in the room, we were doing our thing. The father comes knocking on the door, bro.
Oh, nah. Nah, bro.
Bro, I don't even know what to do, dude. I was like, bro, this chick got me at her house. She's a couple years older than me. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Bro.
So she pretty much says, oh, Dad, I'm studying. Like, don't come in right now. Like, and the dad goes away, luckily. And then I find my way out of the house a little bit after. Somehow I get away. It's all good, but...
Crazy story.
Crazy experience.
This is going to be a crazy story episode. You know what I'm saying? But there's another crazy story. I think I was dating this girl, right? And what happened was, she used to sneak me in the house.
Yeah.
Sneak me in the house, right?
Yeah.
But there's no way to sneak me in the house from the front door.
Right.
Because the parent is right there. Guess what I did? I went to get a... Maybe I shouldn't have said that, huh? Maybe I shouldn't have said that, man. Because it's crazy, you know. Just know that I had to. She wanted me to climb through the window, basically, you know. And I went up to the window and I fell.
Oh no,
bro. Because I was trying to tell her like, grab me, hold me over, and I fell, bro. But her dad found out what happened, and you know he was like, it's cool, whatever. Just don't come back around again. And,
nice enough.
yeah, that was nice, you know. But you know, it is what it is, man. We live and we learn. We're young, we're dumb.
Yeah.
And you know, we're full of whatever, you know what the word is, man. So it was a crazy day. I had like a really crazy, I wouldn't say childhood, but crazy teenage years.
Yeah.
You know, it was crazy, man. It was fun, but crazy at the same time. You know?
Right. Yeah.
But we had to experience these things, you know what I mean? You have to experience these things. And when you look back, you just start laughing.
Right.
But those are the moments, you know, those are moments, straight up.
So that was a crazy video. Let's jump into the next one.
Yes, I'm gonna jump into the next video. Now, this video right here, let's go ahead and turn this on. Okay, it's already on. Okay, let's do that. And we're gonna go to this right here, right? This is a crazy video. So we're gonna react to this video right here. This is gonna be crazy. Is this one right? Okay, let's go.
This is the dating scene in 2025, guys. I don't have much to say, just disappointed.
Well, yeah, I'm very disappointed because, you know, you said F the baby, you're drinking a bottle of whatever that is, and you just got rid of a child, by the way.
Yeah.
Some woman it's hard for some woman to conceive.
Right.
And you're celebrating. I'm not here to judge you, you know, I just think, you know, you need to think about it because having a child is a blessing and, you know, some people can't have one. So this right here, I hope you learn from what you're doing.
Yeah.
And you take a look back at this video that you're doing whatever you're doing and realize that you're wrong.
Yeah, and fellas, be careful where you share your seeds. You know, plant your seeds somewhere that they'll grow. If that's your intention.
Yeah, don't
let it get to this. You don't have to be one paying for this stuff, two going through this moral battle.
Let me tell you something.
You might regret these things later in life.
Yeah, you really will. You really would. You know what I mean? But here's another story from the box of Makoto.
Yes.
Right? I was dating this girl. So is this? I was dating this girl. I think she was in Fort Lauderdale now. And my wife knew about her. You know what I mean? I did tell the story to her, whatever. But I was dating this girl. But check this out. Back she used to come all the way from Miami to come see me back and forth and whatever.
Right. Yeah.
You know, I didn't have a lot of things going on for me. You know, I was staying with someone. I was paying them rent, but they won't let me bring a girl into the house. You ever heard about that?
Yeah, it makes sense.
No,
like
you're not checking it.
Yeah.
No. But this was a friend of mine. When I had my crib, he'd bring girls in, smash them in the bathroom, no problem. You know, we're not friends anymore. You know, I found out he was a little bit, you know. But, you know what I'm saying? I was in New York, basically. I said, yo, I'm coming to stay down there because I don't like New York anymore. So I paid him $500. I was paying $500 a month. And back then, $500 a month was good for like a room or something. So I rented a room from him, right?
Yeah.
And then I met this girl. We started kicking it. She's feeling me. So I have a place now. We kicking it, we vibing. She asked me out. We dating. Now she wanna come to the house. He said I can't have girls to the house. I can't even have one girl to the house that I'm paying.
Right.
And you were smashing girls left and right in my place.
That don't make any sense.
You know the girl ended up getting pregnant, so she claims, right? She said she's pregnant, right? So she pulled it up with like a receipt that was crumbled up, right? Because she said what happened was, she's supposed to go to work the next day. She called out, so I was like, why you not at work? She was like, I went to the clinic to get rid of the baby. I'm like, why? You should let me come with you.
Right.
She's like, no. But then she came to the house that night. I saw a receipt crumbled up. Crumbled up, bro. And I was like, she's like, you don't trust me, you don't trust me. You know, the girl actually asked me for the money for the abortion.
Right. Yeah, I believe it.
I think it was like $250.
Yeah.
You know, after that, me and the girl just completely broke up.
I don't blame you. Yeah, that can really ruin any relationship.
This is what happened. When she told me that, no lie, right? Because it's back to God again, you know. I looked up in the sky and I expressed myself to God, the love I have for that person, and how I felt in that moment. And the girl told me that, I don't know if she's lying or not, that, what did you do to me? Somebody ran into my car. I don't think God would do anything bad to anyone, but because of that, we split up. And, you know, it wasn't right. Because she probably lied about it just to get some money from me, and she probably wasn't even pregnant. So to see a video like that, that's what brought me back to that situation that happened to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to share that with you, to everyone. You know what I mean? That's what got me speaking about it right now. You know?
Yeah, man.
I guess you don't have any story for us, no, huh?
No, not on this one.
Yeah, well, that was
maybe another video.
Okay, let's check out another video. We're gonna come right back. This is Reaction with Ninja Discernment, okay? Video.
And then I went on a date and I was really excited, very excited about it.
Okay.
We'd gone out maybe 2 months and then he said he really needed to talk to me. Sure, what is it? Do you think you could lend me $4,000? And I'm like, oh God.
He jumped out with 4,000 out the gate?
Okay, is a lot.
That's a lot. Not even 200.
God, I would have felt better if you
Yeah.
said $40,000.
Just win your purse. Here you go.
Because here's somebody who was making, you know, 6 figures, successful. And when I said, you know,
That's
could I ask what it's for? He said, yeah, it was for a child support issue.
Could have been a
and
test.
to pay a payment on some furniture. And this was Sunday, and he said, I promise I'll pay you back by Thursday. And he did pay me back on Thursday.
So
But
what's
I
the
didn't
problem?
feel the same. But he did, you know, to his credit, pay me back on Thursday. But it just changed the relationship for me. It changed the relationship for me.
That's what
You
we
know,
said.
I went on.
Guys, this is no surprise to me. Once you're going through a hard time, all these wonderful women that are so wonderful too, treat you so good, you might see another side of them. You lose your job, you take a pay cut, you get some kind of demotion, you're going through a rough time with your business, maybe you're getting sued, you know, could be any kind of turmoil in your life. Maybe you get health problems, you get back problems, you're out of commission for months, you get a bad knee, bad anything. Guys, you'll be surprised how quickly some of these chicks will leave your life, but honestly, sometimes it's a blessing because it just gets them out of your life sooner so you can get someone better in your life. But even then, even there's one who will give you some money, sometimes you might turn around and not even appreciate that woman too. So it's within all of us in human nature, but it really does show me something, remind me of something. There's been times in my life where you've had women, you help them, but then you take one small step back for unforeseen circumstances, and they're quick to want to leave and jump on, regardless of anything you've done before. It doesn't really matter. It just matters about where you are at that point in time.
Well, to be honest with you, the thing is that he asked her for $4,000.
Yep.
He said, I'm going to pay you back on Thursday.
Right.
And he paid you back on Thursday.
Right.
He didn't wait till Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, Monday, or the next week. He paid you back. So he kept his word.
Right. It signals to the woman that this man is not financially strong, or he's not going to be able to provide for me solely, or there may be times where I need to contribute, and they really don't want to contribute. A lot of times. Some do. We're not talking about all women. There are diamonds in the dirt. You know, there's some wonderful women out there. We both have one, you know.
Yeah, I mean...
We know wonderful women, but a lot of women are like this, and we've had our experience with women like this. So just be careful, guys. Find out the right woman, that discerniest woman.
Bro, I've had women,
Yeah.
I've had females that I take them out everywhere. You
Yeah.
know, I might pay for something.
Yeah.
I might have to drive so far to see them.
Yeah.
Sometimes the damn toll to how far they live racks up.
Yeah, and they turn around and you ask them for like a one little soda. Oh, it's a $5 more.
And they say, oh, I thought you got it. No, I don't got it.
Yeah.
You need to come out sometime and say, hey, you want something to eat?
Yeah.
Here you go. So,
ladies, at least 1/5 of the time, try to take something off, over your man. 1/4 of the time, even 1/3 of the time is better. We don't expect 50-50, but we expect something. Or it shows a good sign,
Yeah.
And really, fellas, you want to make these ladies spend a little bit on you. That gets them invested in you. That makes them like you more to do these things for you. Pro tip.
I remember one time, I used to go on dating sites when I didn't have someone, and I met someone on the site, right? Because these girls used to try to meet up with guys just to get food. Like they want a meal. It's so real that one of these girls told me, I get to know one of them, like, yo, all we go on the site for is for men to feed us.
Right, yeah.
They don't even sleep with you. They just want free food.
Makes sense.
So knowing this, one day I met someone on the site. So it's like, we went to get some coffee. I was like, could you buy me a cup of coffee?
Yeah.
She's like, oh, you don't got it? I'm like, yeah, I got it. But if I'm going to buy all of this for you, can you get me coffee?
Right.
The woman, she actually jumped out the car. And I was like, man, whatever.
It's a good test to do on the first date, guys. Just get out the way. If they can't even get you a cup of coffee, probably not the woman for you. Or any woman, not even a woman you want to be leaving your seat in, even just for a short time, to be honest with you.
That's crazy, bro. That's why I'm like, yo, you know what? I'm happy where I'm at right now.
Yeah, bro.
Married life, good life.
Yeah.
The Bible did say, to prevent infidelity, is that what the word is? Infidelity, a man should have his wife, basically. Just sum it up. You should be married. There's a lot of STDs out there, so I think marriage in this day and age is actually a good thing, not a bad thing. Stop sleeping around and, stop spreading the bad thing and just live right, man, no matter how hard it is, because marriage isn't easy, nothing is easy. Anything that's good is worth fighting for.
Yeah. Guys, you should be so busy that even having one woman is already taking up too much of your time. So the thought of bouncing around multiple women, I mean, come on, you got to be really wasting a lot of time on stuff that's not going to give you return on anything much.
I've had multiple women before, and that's like the hardest thing. It's too much.
Same here. Yeah.
It's too much, bro. I gotta go. It's too much.
It really slows you down with everything else, and it's expensive.
Yeah, you be
it's
broke by the end of the
spending
week.
double, triple.
Broke by the
depending
end
on
of
how
the
many
week.
girls you got in your rotation or got on your roster.
Yeah, it's retarded,
But it's fun. But
yeah, it was. But you be broke.
Yeah.
Be broke.
And you'd be wasting your time. They could be using to make more money and get yourself further ahead in life.
That's what I'm saying. If you're young and, just focus on one woman. And I know they're young, so they're going to probably want to get that out there, experience. But always remember, that's temporary.
Yeah.
Just focus on you and your dreams and your goals. Then someone will come. That's important to you. Now, let's take a look at another video.
Your blood clot for the year. Your blood clot must quick come. My man, come on my face, come let me walk, come let me mouth, and you suck out the whole lights. So go on my post every day. Any man sees your pussy, if you post your Facebook right now, you have man for days.
So what she's saying, guys, is one, she took some cum in her face, she took some cum in her hole. And you can post on Facebook right now. It doesn't matter. All the thirsty guys still want her. And she was insulting the guy and saying that he ate up all the other guys' cum pretty much. So
Listen.
Just be careful, guys, because a lot of ladies get down like that. One quick way to tell, do a little sniff test. If it smells a little fishy, a little funky, just know it might not be that fresh. I would say be careful who you're going down on. Maybe cut that out a little bit more altogether. Go ahead.
I mean, that's all I gotta say. I'm pretty much shocked, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't think I really want to comment on that. To be honest with you, that's like that's crazy, bro. I mean, I don't know, shorty. You shouldn't put yourself out there saying those things, whether it's true or not. Don't put yourself on live like that. We gotta condone ourselves in a proper way. You know what I mean? I hope you was joking when you said that. You know, that could cause you, if you were in Jamaica and you tell that to, I'm Jamaican, and you tell that to me in Jamaica, it's not some place you don't want to play with. Or not, you don't want to play with Jamaicans like that in Jamaica. And you're his woman. That's not going to fly right. So that's a no-no for me. I'm done with that. That topic wasn't one of my favorite topics.
On to the next.
Yeah.
Bro.
Now, on to the next video we're going to talk about. Let's play it.
Yes, Your Honor. My wife had an affair, a biracial affair, had a child, led me to believe that the child was mine all the way up till he was 3 months old. Got all my hopes up and everything. And then that don't end there. Before that, prior to that, she had several affairs with my friends.
Oh, wait a minute.
Sent me to jail.
Several affairs with your friends?
With my best
You're having
friend.
affairs with friends, Mrs. Tillman?
No, that's not true.
An affair is
That
bad
is
enough,
true.
but a
Very
friend?
true.
What a disgusting woman. I typically tend to dislike friends and women that engage in those kinds of activities with, you know, friends, relations with your girl or your ex. Guys, don't do that. Don't be one of those guys. Don't be a loser. I had a friend that did that to me after like 20 plus years of friendship.
You did what?
I had a friend that dated one of my exes after like 20 plus years of friendship. Can you believe that?
20 plus years of friendship and you dated your ex?
Yeah. Maybe it was a little less than 20 years, but maybe 15
Bro,
years.
that's still foul. You still cross the line.
No, I know. That's what I'm giving guys. And I never did that to any of my friends. I had opportunities to do shit like that. I never did nothing like that. I'm not like that. So you gotta decide how you want to be. It's not worth it, guys. You don't want to give up a great friendship for some used up ass pussy. That's my 2 cents, but everybody make their own decisions.
Hopefully he beat that last word. But nah, but I'm joking. But yeah, I mean, that was crazy.
So she's a nasty little woman, this little old lady.
Let's play.
She's getting down interracially too. That's interesting.
fine.
Oops, my bad.
True. What's this about the baby being biracial and not his child?
Well, the baby is biracial, but it's not his.
She like black man.
Is this your husband?
Now it's not his
Yes, it is.
baby.
Did you tell him that it was his child?
Well, yeah, I believed it was when I was pregnant.
Guys, get
Why
a
did you
DNA
believe
test.
that?
This
Because
happens
you
to
wanted
too
it to
many
be?
men.
No, I believed that, it might have been. I wasn't, 100% sure, but, I mean.
She knew the
You're
whole
not
time.
16 years old and you're trying to figure out it may be and it may not be and you got to toss a coin.
She knew
Coin
the whole
and figure.
time.
Hold on, Mr. Tillman. Don't talk when I'm talking. You have to toss a coin to determine whether a child is your husband's or somebody else's.
Well, I wasn't sure. It could have been, and then.
And
it
it's
could
her
have not
husband.
been. I wasn't sure.
Well, why wasn't I
Take me
told
back
you?
to the beginning of this. How did you ever get to this situation in the first place? Where it could have been, it could not have been. What happened to marriage being only one person at a time, your husband or your spouse? Take me back to the beginning. How did we get here?
Well,
Yeah,
he just didn't, pay no attention to me,
Didn't pay no attention to you.
Mrs.
Yeah,
Tillman?
did.
We were married. You don't need to go to another man to seek attention. You need to seek me for attention.
Wow,
that's what I'm
that's
saying.
true.
She's a hoe.
I
This
was
attention
there for her,
seeking.
Your Honor, through the whole thing. I give her love. I give her support. She never had, when she worked, it was for her own money, not because she had to pay bills.
Not surprised.
I give her affection, love, and then
How
she
did you
has
do all of this?
we had passionate nights. We had, we go out to dinner. We go out to friend's house. We was always together.
And she told you when she got pregnant that it was your baby?
No, she told me that. When she got pregnant, she told me it was my baby the whole time.
That's
How
crazy.
did you feel about
I
that?
was on top of the world. My company was glad when the baby was born because I talked about it so much. That's all I talked about was the baby.
And how long had you been married when this pregnancy occurred?
9 years.
So you waited
9
9 years for a child to be your child just to find out it's somebody else.
Right.
Now, was there something kind of medical problem that led you to believe that you couldn't have a child?
When I was 9, I had an accident, and at that time they told me that I would be sterile. But I never had any tests done to prove that.
So that was at
I
9 years old.
That was at 9 years old.
And so you were really ecstatic to know that you were
Right,
about
I
to
was
be
on
a
top of
father.
the world, Your Honor. I went
See,
out,
that's-
I bought everything for this baby. I built a nursery.
Wow.
I did everything for this baby.
Just to be deceived.
Just to be her.
And-
And then the way she told me was another story.
How did she tell you?
We was at her sister's, at a party, and on the way home, she had too much to drink, so I told her to drive with me.
Had too much to drink.
Too much to drink. And then on the way home, she says, well, you think you all that? I don't want to leave. And to tell you the truth, that ain't even your baby. You can't even have a baby.
Yo, that's cool.
That's exactly what you told me.
It didn't happen.
But that sounds...
You know what? A lot of times these girls will tell them themselves, guys. Just listen closely.
Like the most deceitful, hurting, angry, vicious thing a woman could ever do to a man or a person could do to a human being. When
It was hard for me, I mean.
Hard for your
What
house.
was hard for you?
I stayed...
One thing was hard for her.
I stayed at the hospital.
She said, what was hard for you?
Well, when I,
Yeah, what was
Oh,
that?
Man. Okay, so that's crazy. So that's back to like one of the videos we were talking about how it's hard for some people to conceive, and this guy, he couldn't conceive, but his wife
Right.
slept with somebody else, got pregnant, and tried to put the child on him.
Mm-hmm.
In Jamaica, we call that a jacket.
Mm-hmm.
Jacket, we call that, right?
And why do they call it Jacket Makoto?
Well,
It gets placed on you.
yeah, that's your kid. It's not your kid, but then you gotta take care of that child yourself. You know what I mean? But that was a crazy video. You know what I'm saying? As I said before, I don't tolerate that. You know what I mean? But the thing is that I have a question.
Yes.
Say for instance you're dating someone,
Yep.
and the person couldn't conceive. Would you
Right.
consider adopting a child?
Yeah, at that point, that's okay. I think so.
Yeah. See, I was dating. My wife couldn't conceive and was thinking if she couldn't have a child, I would adopt a child. You know what I mean? I would adopt a child. You know what I mean? Just to, it's better you do that than going out of the marriage and cheat and having other kids behind people's back. Just be honest. If you want a kid with someone else, be like, hey, you're not doing it for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to try to have a child with someone else. Hopefully that person understands. So
Yeah.
keep it honest, keep it real. That way karma won't bite you in the behind. You know what I mean?
And I will say this, it could be a red flag too. Like, okay, if you have a girl and she's unable to conceive, okay, that's one thing. But if you have a woman that's perfectly able to conceive, but she chooses to want to adopt, to me, guys, that's a red flag. I had a woman like that before. It was kind of weird. She wanted to adopt kids, and I was okay with that. But I wanted to have at least one of my own, right? And then she brought up, in my family, there's this one of my cousins or some of my aunts have like a rare birth condition. I'm scared to have babies. I looked it up, guys. It was like literally 0.001% chance of this happening. So I said, this woman is really crazy. She doesn't want to have a baby because of like a point. That's not the reason. She's just making up reasons.
I think she probably has somebody on the side or something, bro.
Probably could have been something like that, or they don't want to give you everything. They're not willing to commit to you in every kind of way, and that's kind of a red flag, guys. If they are able to conceive normally, that's just my 2 cents. Because a woman that's all about you, they'll be happy to want to conceive with you and want to have your babies and all that good stuff. So those are green flags to look for. Yeah, that's the only 2 cents I have.
Yeah, those are definitely red flags.
Yeah.
Now remember, we want you to like,
Comment.
and subscribe. And you was watching Ninja Discernment, huh? See you later.